Hello there guys, how we doing? Can everyone hear me? Is the music low enough that you can hear? Wow, there's lots of you, isn't there? Hello all. From Utah, Idaho, Ontario. Hi Emma, how you doing? I can't decide which chat I should be looking at. Can everyone hear me okay? Just so that I can make sure that everyone can hear and I'm not sitting here talking to myself like I normally do. Hello Elaine, hello Joy, hello Yasmin, welcome to the stream. Hello Carol, hi Tina, how you doing? Oh, hello from the Netherlands. Or no, hello to the Netherlands, not from the Netherlands. If I could only tell you what sort of day I'm having, people. Hello in Connecticut. Hello in Singapore. Wow, there's lots and lots of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Well, I hope we're all having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Mine's been busy Sunday today. But I've been trying to get organised so that I actually look like I knew what I was doing today. Well, that's the plan. But you never know how that's going to go, do you? Hello in Ireland. Hello Portugal. Hi from Canada. Wow. From Wisconsin. Love, love, love. Loving all the people today. How are we all doing? What are we all doing? How's the weather? Come on, people. Give me something to say to you. Other than hello, hello. Sound and music is fine. Wonderful. Thank you for confirming that. Hi in California. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Okay. Can move my little book out the way now. So I've gone through the checklist of things that I need to do before I actually turn a microphone on so that... So we've got a bit of hot and humid. We've got tired of the heat. We've got dull and cloudy. Hi in Folkestone. That's a local person. I hope your weather's better than mine. It's awful. Well, I say awful. It's cloudy. I don't do cloud. Hi in Northern Ireland. California fires. Fighting fires for months now. I'm so sorry to hear about that. We do get some of the news over here and it looks shocking. We can only imagine. So Hayley says, we got our cold front to make it only 91 degrees today. Really? Do you want to tell me what I've got? Shall I tell you what I've got? I think I got 20 today. I think it's 20 we got. A whole whopping 20. Which in, oh, see now, here we go, because I have to change it. Customize your view. So if I turn that to Fahrenheit, you'll all know what I'm talking about. 70. That's what we've got. 70, cloudy, and that's supposed to be our summer. It's a typical British thing, obviously. Oh. So who have we got? It's been raining all day. It's finally, the smoke has cleared. Hi Karen, welcome to the stream. Oh, you've been to see the grandkids. I'm sure you're absolutely shattered now then. So you're enjoying your sit down time, a bit of me time. It's always nice. Sunny and warm in Cornwall. Well, it's obviously over on the west then. Carla, what, has the sun gone from Scotland now? Is it departed? Hi MJ. Am I going to tell them what I spent my money on yesterday? You're bad. You're so bad. Guys, I fell down another rabbit hole. It's going to be something for the Flosstube, which, fingers crossed, if all goes according to plan, I will get recorded and uploaded at some point through the week this week. But yeah, needless to say, there is a whole lot of rabbit hole that went on. And MJ is very, very much to blame. So yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, not just yet. But let's just say, instead of it being a needle and fabric, it's got something to do with two needles. but I think you already know what that is. But you know how that goes for me. You don't need me to get my little shawl with the appendage out, do we? Hi, Catherine. Hello in Connecticut. Cloudy today. In Basildon, I'm working on my elephants and I'm doing okay. Good to hear that, Emma. 75 degrees and sunny. Really bad storm yesterday. Susan's been gardening today with the grandkids gone to Alton Towers. Oh, now there's something to do, huh? Get thrown around on all them rides. Yes, MJ, you are totally the enabler. Good morning all. Happy to be here from Oregon. Hi in Oregon. Going to be a beautiful sunny day here. Still waiting for the next Haid sale. I need more charts. I don't need any more charts. I've got charts coming out my ear holes currently. I'm about to start my first beading project and was happy to see your beading video. What are you beading? Tell me. What are we beading on? And fingers crossed, some of my videos make sense to some of you. Honestly, sometimes I listen back to them and I'm like, really, Teresa? Did you really say that? Joe Bird is just pouring a glass of red and watching you while sewing. Joe, I think I need a glass of red today. Tina's working on Parrot Freebie from Haid. Little bit of Haid stitching going on. Thought it's always cold in Northway, then in Netherlands, but it's colder here. Hi, Georgia. So what's this? So Living Dead Mama says, Hayley, it just made landfall, 150 mile an hour clocked winds. Wow. Is that the storm that's coming in the States? I heard something on the radio about it on my way out and about today. It sounds like, I think it was, I don't know. See, we sort of get snippets, but what I heard was that it's a rather nasty storm coming in at Cat 4. Is that right? Have I got my information right, people? S Sparkley's misbehaving on 1, 2, 3 stitch right now. Oh, spending. Put that card away. That was me yesterday. A little late getting on from Colorado. No problem, Sharon. As you can tell, I'm just sitting here chitter-chattering as usual, checking out all the comments to make sure that I don't miss anything, because, well, you know what I'm like. Yeah, hurricanes coming in, Katrina anniversary. Hayley, well, I hope all of those that this is likely to affect, I hope you all stay safe. So the news was right, it is Cat 4. God, you guys, you get some serious weather, don't you? And there's me sitting here moaning about a bit of cloud and the fact that it's not warm enough for me. I should be counting my lucky stars. Hello from Central Florida. Okay, so should we get on and let's see whether I can actually manage to do some stitching whilst talking to you, because that's always a nice thing, isn't it? So let's fling on over so you can see what I'm working on today with you all. So none of you, I don't think any of you have seen this one yet. So this is a new start. Like, I need another one. So I did say though, didn't I? When I was going off to go and have my hip surgery, I did say that I was going to start a new chart, and I wanted something that was a little less big and a little easier to stitch. Well, in my mind, that was what I was saying to myself. So I went with, as you can see, it's the Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs, and I already started it. Look, thought I made quite good progress. Admittedly, it has only started, what, this week? There's a little story to tell you about that, because there was an issue with the fabric, people. Hi from Hampshire. I can't stitch as my 14-month-old is using me as a pillow. Oh, the joy of lovely children. Enjoy the moment, my love. It doesn't last very long. Trust me. Hi in the Netherlands. Hi, Susan. So Hayley says, I don't know what's worse, knowing a hurricane is heading straight for you or minding your own business here and an F5 tornado dropped down and you've got 10 minutes to take shelter. Wow. See, that puts things in perspective, my love. Well, look, I hope everyone stays as safe as possible. Because, yeah, you have to pick your natural disasters living in the USA. You do seem to get a lot of the bad weather, don't you? And there's me sitting there saying that I think I have bad weather. Right, now what I'm going to try and do is discreetly, without you seeing me do this, put my chart at the top so that I can see what I'm supposed to be stitching without actually showing you the chart. That's the plan. So if all of a sudden you get a little peek, right, you need to just scream out like, Teresa, no, we can see the chart. Copyright, people, most important. Look after our designers. Hello in Denmark, first time catching a live. Welcome to the stream. Patricia, am I recovering well? I am, actually. I'm officially off 2 crutches, down to 1, of which, I've got to be honest, I've been a little naughty and I've been hobbling around without any. I'm sure my physio won't be best pleased with me, but you know what it's like. I need to start. I mean, I looked at the calendar yesterday, and I've got to be honest, I had a little depressed moment because it was like a reinstatement of actually your time off of, sitting about chilling and doing stitching and all the things that I want to do is going to be coming to a rather abrupt halt in about 3 or 4 weeks time. And that's closer than I would like it to be. Hello Elena, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Patricia, I know, I'm naughty. Although I'm sitting there saying I'm naughty, I went and saw the consultant, and he's basically said that he doesn't think it's worked anyway. So all this protecting the hip thing is a bit of a pointless waste of time, because he's basically said go back and see him in November, and if the issue with the joint and the pain in the groin and all the stuff that goes with a dodgy hip hasn't eased off, then he's just going to pull me in for a hip replacement anyway. So it just seems a bit pointless. It's no different. It really is no different. Not at the moment anyway. So now I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Mila? Mila says, what does FFO mean? So FFO is fully finished object. So once we finish doing all of our stitching, because you've got an FO, which is a finished object, which would mean that it's stitched and it's done. But FFO normally means that you've finished it. So you've either turned it into a pillow, or you've framed it, or you've done something fabulous with it. A lot of us are actually really quite guilty of having FOs and then it goes into a drawer of shame. Never actually gets, displayed, let's say. In 4 weeks, my daughter has risky surgery. I feel your countdown pain. Oh, I hope she's okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for her surgery. Is your hip issue due to osteoarthritis? I had hip surgery in 2017 and now have osteoarthritis. Will be needing a hip replacement eventually. I have a type of osteoarthritis, but it's not like the official one. It's not the general wear and tear. Mine's... Because I've always been really sporty and spent a lot of time being a runner, basically since I was 12 up until I was in my late 30s, along with the genetic issue, I've wore some cartilage away on the top of the, like where the ball fits into the socket at the top of the ball. I've rubbed off the cartilage on the top there. But normally when it's osteoarthritis that's like what they consider to be wear and tear, like the true osteoarthritis, normally there's signs of it on scans and x-rays around the joint sort of as a whole, and I haven't got any of that. So So it sort of is osteoarthritis, because basically osteoarthritis is basically a wearing of the cartilage. But mine's a bit more specific, if that makes any sense. Hip replacements heals faster than what you just did. My neighbour was up and walking in no time. So that's what Rhonda, that's what my physio said, because I was a bit disappointed about the whole thing and was like, what a waste of my time. What a waste of time off work. It's just a waste. But he did say to me, well, look, he said, at least with the hip replacement, it's a fix, and it's a total fix. It's not just a stopgap fix. It's not a you need to be careful here and you need to be careful there. It's literally, it is the fix. But also, he said, you know, whereas this was being laid up really for 6 weeks straight, the hip replacement, they want me up and on the leg basically on the same day of surgery if they can. So yeah, and he said, by the time you get to 6 weeks, he said, other than walking with a walking stick maybe, he said, just for, you know, stability, I should be all good. So yeah, although I must admit, I'm not so sure I'm looking forward to the pain of the hip replacement. What's this? I just had an FO, finished my long dog sampler forevermore, and tomorrow I'm going to get it framed. Yay! FFO or FO. We do love FOs and FFOs. They just give us that nice warm fuzzy feeling. Okay, so I've got to be honest. I've tried to wear my glasses. On the last stream that I did, I wore my glasses, but that was the beginning of the day when we had good light. So I didn't need as many lights on in the room. So I got away with wearing my glasses without sort of the halos and the light reflecting in my glasses. But because it's like nighttime here, I say nighttime, it's nearly 6:30. I've been talking for 17 minutes. I haven't even stitched a thing. So because of that, I've had to have all the lights on, but then I have to put my contact lenses in so that I don't sort of, you know, end up reflecting myself. So I'm gonna share this with you. So when I'm stitching not in front of a camera where you guys don't see me, this is my this is my go-to. This is my mag eyes, of which I wear on my head. See, I'm going to demonstrate. See, isn't that pretty? And I stitch like this, of which you're all probably falling about laughing, thinking, what on earth has she got on her head? Now, my family don't even blink twice now. They're so used to me wearing this. Oh, and who said that stitching wasn't glamorous? But because I'm on live stream, and because I don't really want to sit there with that monstrosity on my head for the whole world to see, I went and bought some of those wonderful, you know, extra special glasses. You know the ones? The readers, I think they're called. I think that's what they're called. So I bought some that are plus 1.50 and some that are 1.75, I think. So my plan is, instead of wearing my head monstrosity, my grandma had those with. I inherited them. You're not making me feel any better. I have those, been doing this hobby for 20 years plus. So my plan is that I'm going to turn myself into Super Gran and stick them on my nose, like so that I can see my stitching, but I can also read what's up there. Because if I do this, I can't read anything. Do you know what? It makes me feel really old when I'm sitting here sort of trying to stitch with a pair of glasses, but then read without the glasses, but I still have to have a pair of contact lenses in. It's shocking, isn't it? Right, okay, so I'm going to sit here with these perched on my nose. Right, no one can see my chart, can they? Because that's like a big no-no. No one's allowed to see the chart. I've already started, I threaded my needle ahead of time because I was feeling clever like that. I can't read with these on, that's the trouble. Hi in Texas. I took your advice and purchased another Haid. Served it up as dessert to my fisherman husband. Brenda, you didn't. Oh, I bet he loved every minute of it. I wear readers the same way, perched on the end of my nose, so I can also watch Flosstube over the top. Hubby says they're cute. Okay, let's go with cute. Okay, I'm looking cute in the glasses. Hello, Victoria. Welcome to the stream, Julia. Okay, so let me see and make sure that I'm definitely in the right place before I go any further. So on this particular chart, if you look at the picture above of what it should look like, I've got to be honest, I think there's only one colour in this that I'm stitching that's the called for colour. I've just sort of subbed out everything. I've just gone on a subbing mission. So instead of using the called for classic colourworks, I've picked out a load of my Silks for Use and subbed with them. There are a couple of classic colourworks, but they're not the colours that were called for. So I've decided to go rogue. I'm roguing. Literally roguing. I know a lady who wore 2 pairs of glasses like bifocals to play cards. Tina, that'd be me. Give me another couple of years. Hi, Lincoln. Normally in Canvey Island, Essex. Oh, hi, Carol. You're local. Teresa wears hers like that too. Karen's like, you go, girl. Love the mag eyes. I'm gonna stick with me with my perched glasses, I think. And I must admit, once I get used to them being stuck on my nose, because they do feel a bit odd being this low down on my nose. Once I get used to them, it's fine. At first, I was a bit worried that they might make me go a little bit dizzy. You know, where you go from sort of one strength of glasses to another strength of glasses. But so far, so good. What's this? I received the ultimate eye roll from him, and I declared all is good. Oh, good, Brenda. I'm so pleased. So Brenda messaged me on one of my Flosstube videos and basically said, hold on, we need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Brenda had basically said that she had the same issue as me and my husband. So my husband does his car racing, which actually is really, really expensive for him to do his car racing. But apparently it's totally fine for him to spend as much money as he likes on his car racing because he can justify that. But it's not okay for me to spend what money I want on my stitching stuff. And he's always like, do you really need another chart? Like, what, you know, yeah, what about all the other ones that you haven't stitched yet? So I said to her, and she had the same problem with her fisherman husband. So he goes out and buys all of his fishing stuff. And she had the same problem. So I said, do what I do. Just go and get a chart and just stick it down on the table in front of him. It's like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think I've got my orientation. I think. And hopefully there will be no frogging on this stream. None whatsoever. If there's any frogs, they need to go somewhere else with someone else and not with me. Because they always come and hang out with me when I'm doing a live stream. Because I don't pay enough attention, it appears. Susan, you have bionic eyes. Implants. What? Implanted eyes? No, really? Never heard of them before. Do they work well? I never thought of purchasing readers for cross stitch. Okay, I'm going to try that. Take my stitching into the drugstore and try on the glasses and pick a pair that work for me. Do you know what? I was a bit like, that's never going to work. It so works. It's just like, just magnifies it. Just brings it up enough. But you have to sort of perch them in such a way that you can read your chart, but also read your stitching. So yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I've got my row. I should be able to work out what I'm doing now. Hi Melissa, welcome to the stream. Hayley says, my husband's an artist and we bicker over who gets to buy things at the craft store. See, I've just refused to take my husband out shopping with me. And whenever I do any shopping, I just don't tell him because, yeah, none of his business. I don't ever say to him that he's not allowed to buy anything. So, in my opinion, he doesn't get the choice to tell me that I can't buy anything. Hi in Hamburg. Welcome to the stream. I don't know the chart, but the Q doesn't seem quite right beneath the P. Okay. I'm just looking. No, it is. The only reason that it looks a bit odd and it looks like it mushes over is because I left this big space free so that I could do this blocky stitching whilst I was on the stream. But I did, because I thought the same thing when I looked at it, and actually it is right. I did check. But thank you for the heads up, just in case I'd gone skewy and misplaced it. My hubby smoked, so I called it my smoking money. I like that. I think implants are often used for cataracts, right? Oh, I don't know. Are they used for cataracts? Shall I squeeze you down a bit? Because you could actually get a bit closer to my stitching if you like. Do you want to get a bit closer? She says. Let's see if I can do this without sort of making you all... Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Hello in Northern Ireland. So Beck says, the frog is with me. I was taking a load of stitches out until my daughter decided she didn't want to play with her toys anymore and had a meltdown. Ah, the joys. Stitchy. Now, is that Stitchy Revo? Am I saying that right? Stitchy Revo is saying, hello, just got back home. Just been out for a nice pizza and a few G&Ts. Ooh. Hubby thought we could put a movie on. Nope, I said I'm watching Teresa. You had a couple of G&Ts as well. I do hope you're not doing too much stitching then if you've had a couple of them. Because it could get quite messy. Well, it would do if I was stitching. It's one thing I can't do. I can get away with a glass of something just to wet one's lips. But that's about my limit. If I try and drink anything more than one, then it's a whole snivelling mess, I'll be honest. If you can hear that bleeping in the background, please ignore that. That's where the children have put something on in the oven and put the timer on, but then they shut their door and then they can't hear it. Very irritating. So if Lauren, if you're... No, Lauren can't be watching this stream because I think she's streaming shortly. So almost 70. I do not wear glasses for anything. They are called crystal lens implants into my eyes. It's wonderful. Oh, might need to... I did... do you know what? If I was braver than I am, I did actually consider having the laser eye surgery. But then the whole thought of having laser eye surgery just sort of... Yeah, that sort of put me off. So I was like, no, maybe not. I don't know. I think if it gets that tragic and that desperate, I think I will. But... right here, right now, I'm just not brave enough. I think it's not that I think that it's going to hurt. I think it's just a thought. I'm just not very good with the thought of it. Oh, I can't read. Slip them down. Do the grandma look. Implants are put in after cataracts is removed. Mine corrected my distance vision. Need glasses for close up. Do you know what? If I just needed glasses for one, it would be fine. But when I went and saw the opticians, I know I need stuff for distance because I'm blind as a bat without them. So I know that. But the bit that gets me is I need glasses for a computer, which they turned around and said that's the that's the close up. And I'm like, but it's not close, is it? Me sitting here and me looking at a computer screen, I don't consider to be close. I said me reading my phone like that, that's close. But it appears that I need glasses to read, like a book or the computer screen, but I don't need glasses for close up, which is where it all gets a bit tricky. Oh, we got stuck. That's it. Right, where are we? Okay, we need another one of those. Here we go. She's sitting here talking to herself. That's not right. Oh dear. See, this is the problem with stitching with a really, really pale colour on a really, really pale linen, she says. I think it's just that my eyes are tired, if I'm totally honest with you. Because I don't think the fabric is that pale. But it is a linen, so it's a bit slubby. Okay. Did you buy the gadget to sharpen needles? No, I didn't. So Stitch Revo shared with me a picture. Well, it's basically a little gadget. It was on Amazon. And it's like a little macaroon. Pink, of course. And then you stick your needle in the middle of the little macaroon and it sharpens your needle. It was such a little cute little gadget. But no, I was too busy buying other stuff, thanks to MJ. My mother-in-law only had one good eye left, and now she needs injections in her good eye to prevent it from going blind as well. Oh, Tina, I'm sorry to hear that. I quit smoking, drinking, shopping for clothes. I'm retired, so who needs a ton of clothes? And I'm single, so I'll spend what I want with no questions asked except for me. Why did I buy that? Yeah. I think we've all been there. But hey, if it makes us happy, because I've always sort of said, you know, all these people that would be like, oh, you know, you shouldn't spend all your money, which, don't get me wrong, it's always nice to have something, you know, in an emergency or for that rainy day. But I do often sit there and think, you know, all these people that save and save and save all their money, especially like as you get older, all on the just in case, but then they don't live. They don't enjoy what time they have got because they were too busy sort of keeping all their money stashed away. I mean, you know, I've said to Lauren, I said, don't expect, I said that, you know, when me and your dad pop our clogs, I said, don't expect like a big windfall of money. I said, because I'm gonna use my pennies. I said, you don't need my pennies. I said, you earn your own pennies. I said, I'll leave you something, but I'm not leaving everything, you know, lots and lots and pots of money just because I was hanging on to it for a rainy day. I don't like stitching with this colour, I'll be honest. It looks a bit messy. Do you think that looks a bit messy? I think it does. But hey, we're rolling with it, right? I think we started out autumn early. Definitely chilly, isn't it? Yeah, it's more than a bit chilly. Readers with bling on them makes you feel better for having to wear them. Brenda, I think I might have to find a pair that have got lots of bling on now. I'm going to have to sort of go on a little bling mission. How many sets of readers can I buy that have got like bling all over them? I think I just begrudge wearing glasses full stop, let's be honest. Good morning, Christy. Welcome to the stream. Emma says, I need glasses for cross-stitching and glasses for watching TV. So I need 2 pairs. I'm not happy. No, I must admit, I'm not loving it myself, but, you know, I'm succumbing to it. And I am acceptant of it. I've worn glasses for pretty much all my life anyway, so it's not like this is new. I've worn glasses for distance, basically, since I was at school. So, in that respect, it's like, well. And my varifocals are not too bad. But they're no good for... They're no good when I'm doing streaming. Because the reflection. And I know that probably for most people they don't really care. But for me, I can see my own reflection, which I find off-putting. So I'm like, well, if it puts me off, it must put other people off. Do you know what? I've just realised. At the bottom of this little section, there's a couple of little stitches on each side. Talk about not stitching in the correct order. Oh no, they don't look very good. That looks a bit... Oh well, is what it is, right? What's this? I can buy all the things that I want for my hobby as long as the bills are paid and there is food on the table. My husband always says that's lovely, honey, to all the things. You're lucky if he says that's lovely, honey. My husband doesn't. It's just like, what, something else? Have you not got enough? Okay, I'm going to flip you over. Oh. Hello in Nebraska. Can't believe I finally get to see a live stream live. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Are we all alright? Is everyone stitching? I always make the assumption that everyone's doing what I'm doing. But are you? Or what do you do when you just, you know, are you sitting there? I mean, are we knitting? Are we stitching? In MJ's position, we're probably spinning. What are we doing? Oh, I've just realised I showed you my chart, didn't I? Is copyright police going to come after me? Sorry, I didn't mean to flash that at you. I promise I'll try to be much more careful next time. Hi Elaine in the Netherlands, welcome to the stream. I have bifocals for everyday use, so I can watch TV and stitch, but I wear older glasses at work because I have to wear a mask. When I get home, I only notice I haven't switched when I start stitching. Oh, we're moving fast, people. My hubby is the same as yours, Tree, so I just ignore him. But what I want, I can afford anyway. Yep, same as me. We could see a bit of your chart. Sorry! Sorry. Working on Bewitched by Lisa Parks. I'm tracking the ribbons on my embroidery scissors. Mirabilia Roses of Provence. Oh, good luck with her. I got my stitching London Telephone by DMC. Having a cuppa. I'm eating lunch. Ramen noodles, yummy. Got mad at my project. Oh, it's just flipped off. I can't see that one. Okay, I'm going to just move down. So stitching on Chatelaine, Sleeping Beauty. Lovely. Where has it all gone? Having tea but knitting otherwise. Of course, MJ is knitting. The one that leads me astray. I say no more. So we've got someone stitching on oh, do you know what? I can never say that name. You know that Mirabilia? Persephone. Is that right? Yeah, that is how you say it, isn't it? Oh. Do you know when there's like just certain charts you just can't say the words? So we've got New Halloween Chart, Beautiful Time of Year by Lollipop Stitches. I haven't seen that one, if I'm honest. Stitching a Mill Hill, Merry Christmas Santa. Oh, really? Do you know what? I saw someone today and they mentioned Christmas, and I'm like, don't say that word. Don't say the C word. I'm not ready. Not ready to start talking C words. I'm still waiting for an Indian summer. I can't be sitting there talking about Christmas when I'm still reluctant to sort of, you know, put the shorts away and get the jog pants out. Although I'm starting to resign myself that I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I just keep thinking, you know what? If I move the t-shirts and the shorts now, all of a sudden we'll have like an Indian summer, and then I'll be stuck with no summer clothes because I packed them all up and put them under the bed. But then at the same time, I'm sitting here in a woolly jumper. Look, woolly jumper and a pair of jeans because it's cold. I know a lot of you have not got the cold weather. You've all got heat and you've all been roasting alive with your air conditioning units on 100, you know, 100 all the time. But the British really wouldn't mind just a little bit. I think we just got like, I don't know, about a week of actual like hot sunshine, and then it disappeared. Never to be seen again. So we've got, I'm working on a special piece, the Jacob de Graaf design, translated for me. I was giving it for my granddaughter. That sounds nice. Hello from Grand Canyon. Hello there in Arizona. Welcome to the stream. My apologies, it's NY 5th Avenue for the bling readers. Oh, are you enabling me now? I'm going to have to go look. Oh, I'm going to have to write that down. Because it doesn't stay in the chat. I can never see the chat once this goes off and it goes on to YouTube. All this chat disappears, and then it's whatever comments I get. So maybe comment the same thing in it when it goes on YouTube for me, so that way I can go go shopping. Talking about Christmas, the triplets are flying through their Christmas charts. Talking about Christmas, the triplets are flying through their Christmas charts. Are they? Putting my makeup on, getting ready to go grocery shopping while watching you. Praying I get stitchy time later. Oh, Paula, I'm sorry. No one wants to go grocery shopping. That's the most boring shopping in the world. Apart from those that want to eat, of course. You're always cold, woman. MJ. Do you know what? MJ is, so just for reference, if people won't know who MJ is. MJ goes to the stitching retreat at Crewe. And whenever we're there, MJ is always hot. And I'm always, you know, I've got blankets and I've got jumpers and I'm always cold. And I don't want to be near the window. So Carol says, wish I was stitching. Instead I'm preparing tomatoes for pasta sauce. Oh, yeah, but what are you having with your tomato pasta sauce? I'm keen to find out now. I've been ignoring the other half. He's been messaging me on his break, but I was too busy watching Teresa to notice. Do you know what? Husbands and partners must absolutely hate me because they're like, oh God, it's her again. It's like, look, can't get 1 ounce of common sense out of the missus because she's too busy just sitting there listening to some English woman waffling. I'm working on a small one, Plum Street sampler, Miss Bingley's library. I have a pretty big library of my own, but it will be appropriate. Haven't seen that one, Sharon. I'll have to have a little look. I like your nail polish. Do you like it? This is, I don't know if anyone's seen it. Do you know that new Sisterco, the one from Australia, where you you put like a top coat or a base coat on, and then you put the powder on, and then you cure it under an LED light rather than an ultraviolet light. That's all it is. I did it myself. I got fed up with keep going to the nail shop, and obviously being laid up and not being able to do the whole going to the nail shop and getting my nails done and get my toenails done at the same time. I ordered some and thought I'd do it myself because I can do it myself. I just can't trust other people in case they try and lift me leg. So I did it myself. Stitching a Midsummer Night's Fairy Mirabilia. Oh, nice. I'm looking for a chart for Deserata. The only one I have is about 24 inches long. It's tall and narrow. Can't find it anywhere. I'd definitely pay for it if anyone has one to sell. I'll have to look at that one. I don't know what that one is. Our temperatures are dropping in AK. Snow further north. Oh. Triplets. Trisha. Is that what you've resorted to calling her now? I just found you a couple of days ago. I love your channel. You're amazing. I love Sandra. Thank you so much. I love you all. I just like the fact that, you know, I've got so many Flosstube friends. Because you're all, you know, you're all, always so nice. I mean, I know I'm absolutely shocking on social media, and a lot of you put me to shame. Because I would love to sit there and look at all the things and, you know, comment on people's posts. But, yeah, I just don't. And I find that when I do, I get so sucked into what I'm doing that I don't do anything else. Does that make any sense? But then I feel bad because it's like, you know, I sit there thinking, you know, every time I post something up or I put a YouTube video out, everyone comments. You know, they always leave me lovely comments. And I'm like, you should at least be able to comment back, Teresa. And I do try, but yeah, I'm just shocking at it. And it's just a time thing. There just isn't there isn't enough hours in the day to do all the things. And I mean, bearing in mind, I'm an executive assistant. I'm supposed to be able to prioritise and, you know, yeah, make it look seamless. Obviously, I can make everything look seamless for everyone else's life except my own. So Living Dead Mama says 83 degrees here, 60 degrees humidity, but it's better than the 90 degrees it's been. Wow, that is hot. I just thought Needle Expo starts today, doesn't it? I don't know. Doesn't the Needle Expo, didn't that start on Saturday at the beginning of the week? I could be mistaken. I don't know. All I know is that I'm looking forward to receiving my charts. Because of course I went purchasing there as well. Be rude not to, right? But I'm going to try and do this without showing you the chart this time. Oh, my head at that. Oh, come on. What is the colour of the fabric that you're working on? Ah, the fabric. See, now there's a story all in itself. So, originally, I was supposed to have had a bit of custom-made fabric for this piece, of which was supposed to have been in like a real pastel pale pink. Now, hold on, I need to try and do this without showing you the chart. I know what I do. There we go. Now you can't see it. Ew. So yeah, I was supposed to have had a custom piece of fabric, and the dyer had spoken to me back at the end of July. Well, in fact, no, end of June. The end of June, she confirmed that she could do me this custom piece of fabric in the size that I wanted. And then she sent me the message on the Thursday, I think it was, saying, here's your invoice for PayPal, pay by PayPal for the invoice, and I'll get it in the post to you on the Friday, which was the next day, first class. So obviously, you know, I was looking to start this chart whilst I was like, because I was sorting it all out the week or so before I was going in for surgery. I went in for surgery on the 5th of July. So I was thinking, well, even if I don't get it for a week, that's fine. But then by then I should have it if she sent it first class. What day is it today? The 29th of August. Still haven't got it. Never turned up. And then I saw something on Facebook. And when I had a little look on Facebook, someone just happened to mention on one of the groups that they'd ordered this stuff from a dyer and the dyer just hadn't come up with the goods, but then wasn't responding to emails, and then had put something up on the website to say that she's not taking any more orders. So of course, when I've gone onto the website in question, I was like, oh yeah, look at that, not taking any more orders. So I was like, well, my orders should have already been shipped. So I've done nothing more than send her an email to say, you know, you said you were sending the order on the Friday. That was months ago. I haven't seen it. I just want to make sure that, you know, that it isn't lost in the post and that you just didn't send it. I haven't heard a thing. So I've resorted to this, which is the pole stitches, 32 count linen in the colourway Tudor Rose. But it wasn't supposed to have been on a linen. It was supposed to have been on an even weave. And instead of having an even weave, I'm now stitching on a linen. But actually, now that I'm doing it, I actually really quite like it. But that wasn't the original plan. But hey, these things happen, right? Who wouldn't love you, really? Or you shouldn't ask those sorts of questions, Candy. Oh. Hi, Maddie. Welcome to the stream. Are you stitching on fabric from pole stitches? I think I just answered that. Yeah, it is. It is pole stitches, Tudor Rose. Oh, God, I've got to put me silly readers on. Sorry. Hi, Roxy's Art Corner. Welcome to the stream. Okay, now let's see if we can not misplace this. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure we got it in the right place first. Because you know me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're in the right place. Let me tighten this up because we're moving. Don't like to be moving. I've tried anything except autos for sales. Oh, I heard a thunder rumbling. Oh, Hayley. That's not good. Or is it? Depends whether you're a bit of a storm chaser or not. Now, don't panic. I know that I'm doing the single legs here on this. But I'm doing the single legs because this is the DMC colour. This isn't one of my specialty threads. So I don't need to do the one single stitch at a time. Just in case anyone was thinking, what is she doing? She's gone crazy. Although I am liking the fact that, you know, when you sort of sit there and you think, should I sort of change this up and change the colours? I've never really been brave enough to change any of the colours up in most of my projects because I'm never 100% sure that anything's going to go. But I thought I threw caution to the wind on this one because although the chart's lovely, I don't ever really stitch on the beige type fabrics, but then everything on the design seemed to be like oranges, and I don't really do orange. Not that I've got anything against orange, but I don't even think I wear orange, do I? Has anyone ever seen me wearing orange? Yeah, I've got a bit of a pet hate for orange. Just ask my mum. I refuse to buy flowers that are orange. And on the odd occasion that I've had a surprise flower, which, you know when you get one of those where you just like, I have no idea what it is, but hey, we'll wait and see what it comes up as. And if it comes up orange, I'm always like, no, I'm a bit disappointed now. It's not quite what I had in mind. So yeah, because obviously this has got this chart had a lot of oranges in it and sort of the colours that went with the beige background a bit more, I thought I'm going to change it up. And it will be what it will be. But don't try these things. I'm never going to sort of move outside of the comfort zone of just going with all the called for threads. And since as I've got all of these Silks for You hand-dyed threads and and another spoiler for the Flosstube video this month, I've fell down another rabbit hole, if I haven't got enough rabbit holes as it is, and I've joined the Thread of the Month Club through Lakeside Needlecrafts for the Classic Colourworks. So the plan is that as and when I can, and when I'm brave enough, I'm going to start trying to use other colours rather than just keep using the called for colours. We're in a drought, so it's good. Well, roll on the thunderstorm then, Hayley. Fingers crossed for the rain. Good morning from New Zealand. What a lovely surprise to wake up and find you streaming. Hi, Lee. Welcome to the stream. Christy says, I'm still waiting for my mini Bitoki stand. I do know that they are super busy with their orders. Not that that helps you much, my love. I'm sorry about that. I take it, I'm sure if you contact them and you send them an email, they'll be able to give you a sort of a rough idea of whereabouts on the wait list you are for it, surely. I don't usually change colours, but I will change the stitching if I know a better way. Yeah, see, I've decided that I'm going to start trying to change colours, she says. But I say trying in the loosest possible way. It could go all rather badly. But this is a bit of trial and error, if nothing else. Good plan, I'm going to do that as well. Can't be that bad. Then it's really my own, right? Yeah, I agree. So Sandra says, oh, that's a message to Hayley. Your whip is beautiful. I'm getting there. It is getting there. Considering that it was like a start that was supposed to have been started when I was laid up. Because I was thinking, well, I didn't want anything that was too testing or too big. I wanted something so I could do like a row, then maybe go off to sleep. And then do another row and then maybe go off to sleep. But that didn't happen because obviously I've only just started stitching on it. But I am quite liking the fact that it's just like a little row here and a little row there. So you can sort of sit in front of the TV, do a bit, then get up and sort of have a little stretch. Because that's the one thing I'm having to be careful with the hip, is that I can't just sit constantly for too long. I do have to get up and have a little stretch. Because otherwise the hip doesn't like me. And neither will my physio. Because it needs a little bit of movement. Just not sat in one position all the time. But I think it's exactly the same when they do the hip replacements as well. That, although they want you on your leg, there's a fine line between too much and too little. And then the same again if you're sitting down. They don't want you just sat down. They want you up and moving. I'm not adverse to moving. Hello from South Dakota. Welcome to the stream. Sometimes I'll do beads in place of French knots because I can't be bothered. Hayley, I've got to be honest. I am absolutely useless. I mean absolutely useless at doing French knots. I think I managed to do about 2 or 3 French knots once. And I was so excited that I'd done it. I was over the moon. I was like, yay, I can do them. And I could, but then I couldn't, if that makes sense. Why have I just turned this over? Oh, do you know what? I'm definitely a woman of a certain age, and hold on. Let's flip it back again, shall we? See what happens when you're not paying attention. Stick you in there. I don't like working with tiny shorts of thread. Does anyone else? I really struggle with that. As soon as it gets to a certain size, I'm like, no, I can't work with that. It's too small. I'm not frugal with the thread. I should be, but I'm not. So Heather says, oh, hello from Mississippi. Sitting out Hurricane Ida. Well, stay safe. Fingers crossed it's not too bad. Oh, we're on the move again, people. Hold on. What a beautiful surprise to find that you're streaming. You inspired me to have a go at Hades, and I'm still so very thankful. Heather, you are more than welcome. Anyone that I can inspire always gives me a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. But at the end of the day, I mean, I might inspire, but it's not me that does it. It's all you. It's all you guys. And you do it beautifully. All these people always say, oh, Teresa, you know, but it's not me. I might have planted the seed in your head, but that's all I did. The actual stitching and the time and the effort and yeah, you all did that. All the beauty, all the beautiful stuff, that's all you. Teresa, thank you for the tips on using a 28 count tapestry needle for bead embroidery. I ordered some right after your tutorial and I can't wait to get them. Yeah, that's what I use. And like I say, I mean, I use 11 seed bead. Most of the charts, so most of the mirrors, most of the chatelaines. I'm trying to think what else I've done. The hardanger pieces, all of the pieces that I have done to date. In all honesty, I think the smallest seed bead that I've used is a 15-0, which are tiny. They're like the tiny, tiny ones. And the 28 count, the size 28 tapestry needle goes through the size 15-0s. So, yeah. If you get a bead that you can't get a 28 count tapestry needle through, then yeah, I have no idea what size bead that is then, because 15-0 is like tiny. The average seed bead, the normal size that you get with most of your projects and most of the Mill Hill beads are 11-0s. Because the bead sizes is very similar to the needle sizes. So the higher the number, the smaller the bead. So the same with your needles, that the higher the number, the smaller the needle. Just for those that might not already know. Hubby ordered my Velcro stand last November and I got it 2 weeks ago. It's fabulous. Sophie, I'm so pleased. That is a long wait, admittedly, but they are like, oh. They're just made so well. And I know that they're inundated with orders because everyone wants one. But they are lovely. I love my little stand. And I like the fact that I can fold it up and put it in my handbag. Deal breaker. Did a trial with variegated thread, 2 strands, and reversed one of the threads. Gave me a very different effect. Great on trees. Yeah, do you mean where you double up the thread so that it's not the same variegation on both strands? Is that what you mean, Angela? So Candy says, sending prayers for those who are or will be in the path of Ida's nastiness. Yeah, I agree with you, Candy. And I hope everyone stays as safe as they possibly can. Need the readers again. Hello and greetings, fellow stitchers. How is everyone? Hello, green ABs, silver sparkles and crafts. Wow, that's a long one. Hi, Joanne. Can you help me, please? I want to place an order on 123 Stitch. How much can you spend before you have to pay custom charges? I'm from the UK. To be honest, I don't necessarily think that it's an amount in total that goes over. I think it's the product, like what they declare. I mean, well, I've never ordered anything that's been that expensive from 123 Stitch. But I mean, I would say that I've spent a good sort of between £50 and £70, and I haven't been hit with customs charges. But if anyone else on here knows, feel free to help Joanne out on the answer. The only thing I've ever been hit with customs charges for once was one of my chatelaine ones, which came from European cross stitch. Laurie in New York. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to the stream. Teresa, have you ever tried? Oh, hold on. We moved. We moved again. Where'd it go? Have you ever tried a colonial knot instead of a French knot? I did have a look, Tina. I'll be honest. I sort of thought, you know what, beads are easier. I'll go with the easy route. How can you take me seriously with my granny glasses on? You can spend no more than £135 goods coming to the UK from other countries. Depends on what type of thread it is, whether I play thread chicken or not. I'm not a bit frugal. Oh, I'm not a bit frugal with threads either. It slows me down. The last thing I need is to stitch slower. Yeah, I'm like, do you know what? It's thread at the end of the day. And yes, I probably could sit and have all these little bits and pieces and, you know, be very careful about how much of it I use. But in all honesty, I would love to say that I am frugal. I'm just not. I'm the same as you. I'm like, I haven't got time. And I'm certainly not going to sit there and wrap all the little bits and pieces up. Definitely not. Hi, Teresa. In a restaurant with my granddaughter and watching you from Pennsylvania. Hi, Stacey. What are we having for lunch? Does your granddaughter know that you're watching me? I do hope that you're not there supposed to be socialising with her and you're like, yep. That's what I do when I'm watching Flosstube and hubby comes in and he starts talking. And although I'll just like keep looking at him and just saying yes at the right time, I'm not actually listening to him at all because I'm like, really? Can't you see I'm watching something? This is really important. I think I have a page finish in... Oh, a page finish in 15 minutes. We might have to do a page finish happy dance. Cynthia, maybe keep an eye out on eBay. How's the extension coming? Oh, the extension. Well, the loft conversion, you mean. It's coming along, I'd say lovely, but it doesn't seem to be moving very much. But the handrail has now been put on the staircase and the glass has turned up for the staircase because we've got like an oak staircase with glass. So the glass has turned up, so Darren's just finishing putting the glass in, which looks lovely. And I've been to the bathroom shop and got the CAD drawings done of the bathroom and the layout to make sure that I'm happy with how it's going to look and that everything's going to fit. So now we just need to confirm the bits and pieces that we want and then get them to put those in on the CAD drawing so I can actually see the products that I'm going to use rather than just sort of, you know, template things. can't see what I'm doing about these readers. As for Hades, my parents inspired me, but actual cross stitch is a recent hobby. I've been told I can do French knots, but I say it was beginner's luck. Yeah, I think mine was beginner's luck as well. It started off, I think I tried them back in the day when I very first started stitching, and it was an absolute disaster. So then I done beads, but then I think it was the Frosty Forest, one of the Frosty Forest pieces, I think one of the animals, I decided that while I was on the train on the way into work, I would sit and watch a Flosstube video of someone demonstrating how to do the French knots, and that I would sort of stitch it at the same time, and I did, and it worked, and I was like, yay, I could do it. But then from that point onwards, every single time I tried to do the French knot, it just was an absolute disaster, and it was, you know, there was no evenness. And when you're trying to do two eyes, where it's like you've got two eyes, so you need to make sure that both of them match, and you know, I had one that was, I don't know, bigger than the other one. It's like, no, that just makes it look funny. I think it was a raccoon. So I was sitting there looking at this raccoon with like woggly eyes, and I'm like, no, I can't have a raccoon with woggly eyes. And then as it was, I gave the project away anyway, because I absolutely hated stitching on it. So after all that, the one project that I did have that, you know, did have one of the French knots that I actually managed to do, I gave it away. But a lovely guy by the name of Todd has acquired it, and I'm sure he'll take good care of it and make it look gorgeous. Delica beads are so much nicer than Mill Hill beads. Tina, yeah, I must admit, I do use a lot of the Delica beads, in all honesty. And because I've got so many beads, I do tend to sub them out. I sub out the Mill Hill beads if I can. If I've got a colour that's sort of somewhere close. Hi Teresa, can you see... Oh. Can we see the frame you are using and how the fabric is attached? Unless it's difficult to manoeuvre, no worries. Okay. Let me show you. You're just going to have to ignore the mess, okay, that's on the desk. Here we go. So, I have like a desk clamp that's holding this. And then this is the corner clamp for the Lowry. So this is a Lowry corner clamp with the Lowry desk clamp. And then I've just got it on a Q-snap. See? And it slides on. Job done. And then I can just turn it round and round when I need to. Is that what you needed to see? Or would like to see? Can't wait to see photos of the progress with the renovation. Yeah, I do need to do an update, but until we've got, I mean, we've got some internal walls, but it's only like the hallway walls. We haven't actually got walls, if you know what I mean. So I think once hubby gets all the internal walls done, I say internal walls, the partitioning walls, I think once he's done that bit, maybe I'll take you up, but at least you should be able to see the stairs. Hi, I'm Virginia. Welcome to the stream. Has anyone from the UK ordered a material pack for Hade? How long for shipping does it take to get here, and how much customs do we have to pay? I ordered my first and it's shipped, so just wondering. In all honesty, I don't ever. I buy the chart from them, but I kit up myself. I don't order it from the States. Personally, I've got to flip this over now. Yikes! I'll never complain about DMC prices again. Yeah, no, it's expensive. Mandy from Dole, Essex. Does anyone start in the centre of their cross stitches? This one I've started in the centre. So this is the ABCs and I started at N. So I've started sort of in the centre. Sort of. So Laura says, I've gotten DMC for 45. when one of my craft shops had them on sale. Wow. I'm assuming that's 45 cents, right? Don't you just hate it when your own hand gets in the way? Even my own hand gets in the way. You've mentioned many times you've done beading in the past. Can you show us what you've made? Or one day I will. I think I did show it on one of my things once. So I've done like earrings and bracelets and necklaces, and that's how I got into cross stitch, to be honest, because I started doing like a piece where you embroider on some silk ribbon. Oh, I just showed you the chart again, didn't I? Sorry. Not very good at this, am I? Oh dear. It's not like I'm on purposely showing you the chart. No, I will have to show you though, Tina, at some point. But I think I thought I had already shown people, but of course there's nothing wrong with showing it again, is there? I usually start 3 inches in from the top left. Oh my, where did you get that adorable kitten minder? I need that in my life. Do you know what? I have no idea where I got my kitten minder from. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if one of my lovely Flosstube friends sent it to me as part of a random act of kindness, if I'm honest. I don't think it's one that I purchased. Because, no disrespect, but you know, I was a dog person. So, if I'd have bought an animal, it normally would have been a dog and not a cat. So I think it was something that I was given. Wow, this chat has moved and I can't keep up. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to... Okay, let's see if I can... Try Miyuki beads for seed beads, etc. They're Japanese but made for embroidery. So much consistent. Yeah, I do use those. I use the Tohos and the Miyuki beads. Rather than the Mill Hills. I don't really like the Mill Hills that much. And the Delica beads I like because they're more cylindrical. Is that the right word? I think it is. Teresa, what are some of your favourite Flosstubers? I'm new to Flosstube. Oh, there's a question. You shouldn't ask those types of questions. There's lots of Flosstubers I like. Lots and lots. In fact, even I have to sort of like now just type in Flosstube because there are so many new people out there. So many new people that have got great channels where, because I've, you know, once you've subscribed to certain Flosstubers, you sort of just, you know, the list grows. So before you know it, it's like you don't feel that you need to go and find new Flosstubers because you've got enough content to watch. But I've got to be honest, even I recently have just been typing in Flosstube and just been watching the autoplay because there are just so many lovely new Flosstubers. I mean, I do have my go-tos. Pam and Steph, really like those. Country Stitchers, really like those. Stitching Mummy. Mama Loves GB. Who else is there that I like? Java Girl Stitches. Cindy. Oh, Cindy. I can't remember what Cindy's channel name is though. Karen at the Needlebug. The Witchy Stitcher. Dizzy Stitches. I think it really depends on what it is that you like to see. I mean, I've got quite an eclectic mix of stuff that I like. So, you know, I like some of the more traditional, like, samplery stuff. So, sort of Hands Across the Sea. And some of the stuff that Mama Loves You at GB stitches. But then at the same time, I also like sort of like the full coverage pieces. So, you know, people like Karen, who does the long dog samplers, and the Haids, and the Carla at the Witchy Stitchy. Is it Witchy Stitcher? I can't remember what her channel name is. But basically, depending on, you know, what your tastes are, because that's the thing. You can watch all these different YouTube Flosstubers, but they all sort of do stuff that's a bit different. But because I quite like a lot of everything, you know, I'm not drawn just solely to one thing. And to be honest, I think I get drawn to the people as well. Once you sit and listen to the people, you know, and you get to, or you feel like you get to know them. Maybe that's why you're the way that you are with me. It's not that you actually like what I stitch. It's just you like my waffling. But yeah, no, my advice if you're new to Flosstube is just type in Flosstube. Type in Flosstube, watch all the random stuff that comes up, and then just write yourself a little note of the ones that, you know, either really made you laugh or where there was projects that you was like, oh, just please don't blame me when you start getting totally enabled by other people, because that will happen. And when that happens, you just fall down all these rabbit holes. And I'm not taking any responsibility for that at all. None whatsoever. I'm in the States and it took 6 months to get here. Not sure if you could use that to gauge shipping in the UK. Oh dear. Yeah, the Stitchy Witch is one of the channels. The Needle Bug is one of the other channels. Michelle Bendy Stitches, Needle Ninjas, they're two of the favourites of Flosstube. Yeah, maybe make some notes of like what other people. So what does everyone else in the chat? Who do you watch? And then maybe they can get some tips from you of who to go and check out. Teresa, your tutorials on Haids enabled me. Sorry. Not sorry. The thing is you like, I might enable you, but you fail to forget that I also watch Flosstube, and there are lots and lots and lots of people and things that enable me, and MJ enables me, and people that send me messages enable me. When they say, "Oh, Teresa, have you seen this? Have you seen that?" And I'm like, "No." And then before I know it, I'm like, "Oh, I've got to have some of that." Whole fear of missing out. Yeah, Brenda and the Serial Starters, there's a good one. Carolina, Off the Grid Needle Arts. Oh, do you know what? There was another one that I forgot. What was her name? Oh, I'm useless. I am a lady of a certain age. It's official. I have the brain the size of a fish. Oh, God, here we go again. Look. How do I do this without sharing everything with you? There. That was better. Although it wasn't, but it was. Saltbox stitches. Yeah. I have a lavender and lace and I'm dreading to do it because it involves beads and treasure braids. Oh, don't be worried. Trust me, if you can stitch a piece like a lavender and lace, then the beading is easy peasy. That's the easy bit. So Candy says, I'm binging the Steel City Stitchers right now, but I also stay caught up on the Sunshine Stitchers. Yes, the Sunshine Stitchers with Gary and the others. I always find that they make me laugh. Do you know what? I haven't watched the Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube, but then I think, I don't know, when I first saw it, I thought it was more geared up to sort of the quilting side of things. I know they've got into the stitching stuff now. Stitch and Stuff, Darcy Cameron and Chris X Stitch. Yes, Chris X Stitch. Dizzy Stitcher, definitely, but I like to watch him because he does a lot of the Stitch with Me's. Like I say, that's the other thing. You've got certain ones that do Stitch with Me's. You've got certain ones that don't do Stitch with Me's, and they just do like your monthly updates. You've got some that do like vlog style. I think it really depends on what, you know, what you like to watch. Fat Quarter Shop has a separate channel just for Flosstube now, and it's really fun. Oh, I might have to go and check that out. Thank you for the heads up, Yummy Yarn. What have we got? Crisscross Stitch, he's amazing. Just started one at Stitches and Alts in the Desert. Oh yeah, Priscilla and Chelsea, Emily C, Stitching in Sequins, Stitchy Fix, Stitch Roadies, Stitch and Stuff, I haven't seen that one. Snug Harbour Crafts, no, not seen that one either. See, that's the thing, I mean, yeah, I mean Terry Lee I watch. Joe Gagora, do you know what, there's so many of them. Ginger Gerald, there's so many of them that I just, yeah. But like I say, there's a lot of new stitchers, new Flosstubers out there, and some of them are great. There's oh, is it Stitch Gamer or Game Stitcher? Young girl. She's got some great projects. Modern Folk Embroidery, Jacob de Groot. Yep. I watched Lovecraft Forever. She was the one who gave me the final push to give cross stitch a go. Yay for her. Lovecraft is awesome too. Vorna Pfeiffer. Yep, she's got some amazing finishing stuff going on. Copy Stitcher, Stitching Jules, Ginger Gerald, Country Stitchers. My favourite by far has to be this one channel, Little Stitcher. She's awesome and informative and inspires me to stitch. Oh, Little Stitcher. She's got a similar name to me. I'll have to go and find that one then. I watch Linda 1440 Hobbies. See what I mean? Everyone watches something that's a little bit different. There's like loads and loads of different Flosstube names that are coming up. Armand MS and MS. I watch Flosstube while ironing. It helps the pace go quicker. I hate ironing and I love Flosstube. So pleasure and pain. I like that. Although I'm going to confess, I don't do ironing. I just don't. I don't do it. It's like, no, not doing that. I'm like, if anyone wants anything ironed, they know what the iron looks like. Iron it yourself. Let me tighten this up because we're on the move. Well, we'll all be glued to Flosstube tomorrow checking all these channels out. Well, make sure that you write these down because when this video goes up on YouTube, it doesn't hold all of this chat. So all these comments that are happening now, these are all live just for you. So if there's anything on here, or Flosstubers, that you want to go check out, make sure that you write them down, because when we all come off this stream and it goes on YouTube, you can't see any of these comments in the comment box. Just so you know. I would hate for everyone to lose all these tips. Which one does stitch with me? I like those because I can stitch at the same time. I like Fat Quarter Shop, but I'm too busy shopping rather than stitching. So you've got Dizzy Stitcher. He does Stitch with Me's. Ginger Gerald used to do Stitch with Me's. Stitchy Witch, she does Stitch with Me's. Teresa, she does Stitch with Me's. I do Stitch with Me's. Who else is there? Anybody else? Can anyone think of any others that do Stitch with Me's? Stitch All the Things and Rockin' Stitcher. Gaming Jamie, that's it. That was one of the ones. Noah Stitches. It does hold the chat, just not right away. Oh, does it? I've gone on there, Hayley, and I can't see the chat. I think you have to have a chat box. And because I don't have a chat box, it's not on there. I'll have a little check back, but all the ones that I've done so far, I'm pretty sure that the comment box is not the same as the chat box. And I think you have to have a chat box on the screen for it to hold the chat. I think is how it rolls. I watched your lives on replay last week and watched the chat. Oh. I'll have to have a little look into that, Hayley. Thanks for the heads up. When I go into mine and I look at the comments, I can't see the comments that were in the chat. But hey, that might just be me with technology again. Java Girl Stitches has some awesome finishes. She does do great finishes. Bumble Stitches, Corn Husk State Stitchers, 2 Tool Stitchers. Screenshot the chat on here. Good idea. Can someone send it to me, please? Oh my god, so many to remember. Yeah, Jean Ferris has some good tutorials. Michelle Bendy Stitchy, yep, she does Stitch with Me's. She also does live streams, but she does her live streams on Twitch. So for those of you that like a bit of Twitch or don't mind using Twitch, she live streams over there. Karen, the Needlebug, she does Stitch with Me's and live streams on YouTube, I believe. Stitching Jules, didn't she used to do live streams? Or Stitch with Me's? I think they were live streams. So what's this? This is off topic, but I love the hot pink accent in your kitchen and living room. Just beautiful and something I'd be afraid to try. Now, you should never be frightened of a little bit of colour. I do love a bit of hot pink. Although, saying that, I just do like a little bit of colour, but I don't like it everywhere. I think like there is a whole sort of like less is more approach. So like in my bedroom, for instance, my bedroom is white and like silvery grey with a bit of charcoal grey, but then I've got like a mustard yellow, like cushions and vases, and it's just the pop of colour. It's just a pop. That's all you need. And to be honest, the kitchen's sort of the same. So the kitchen is got like the red hot backsplashes, and then round the island, which I don't think you see it, but round the island is also pink, and then the sofa's pink. But other than that, everything else is either grey or white or oak. So yeah. So I think as long as you sort of introduce a little bit of colour, and not too much, you can have almost any colour you like, and really powerful colours. That's what I like about it. You can have a nice powerful colour in amongst sort of your more sedate colours, and it just gives you just warms the room up. Otherwise my rooms would be so clinical because it would just be grey and white. The only warmth in the house would be from the oak doors. Hi Yasmin, welcome back. Teresa has a good eye for colour. Love her Christmas tree pink star. Yeah. It's not mentioned the Christmas tree after it fell over that year. I'll never forget that. That was like the worst thing ever. I spent hours on that Christmas tree, and then the damn thing fell over. I don't think I've had a proper Christmas tree since. I'm like, no, give me a fake tree all day long now. Admittedly, I could argue that it was hubby's fault because he didn't put the real tree up properly, so therefore the tree fell over. But between me and you, so don't know if I've told anyone this, but on that Christmas tree, you know, they do like Swarovski do like Christmas ornaments, and they're quite expensive, and they do Christmas like baubles and things. So when the Christmas tree fell over, I sort of almost had a heart attack, because obviously I knew that there were Swarovski Christmas ornament balls on that tree, of which obviously hubby doesn't know that, because then hubby would know how much I've spent on Christmas baubles, which, yeah, that's not even a conversation that we need to have. So when he sent me a text message of my Christmas tree face down on the floor with a load of baubles that had smashed, and I had a mini meltdown, he's like, babe, it doesn't matter. He said, they're just baubles. He said, they're just glass baubles. It'll be fine. And I'm like, which ones? You need to show me which ones are broken. I said, I need to see which ones are broken. Okay. Hubby's then proceeded to send me pictures of all of the Christmas baubles that had broken. And oh my. Most of the glass Christmas baubles were my Swarovski Christmas baubles. It was not funny. But the worst bit about it is that I was sort of almost in tears. He didn't really understand why. But yeah, I couldn't tell him why. So I was just like, oh no. And he was like, babe, it's just a Christmas tree. And I was like, do you know how long I spent sorting that Christmas tree out? And I was like, now look at it, it's ruined. I said, it's ruined my Christmas baubles. So yeah, needless to say, he never did find out that they were Swarovski Christmas ornament things. But had he, maybe he wouldn't have been playing it down quite so much. Right, bear with people, because my pen just went flying across there. Hold on. Oh. What hubby doesn't know won't hurt him. I'm the same. Is that bauble new? No, not at all. I've had it years. Oh, you just love that one. Who does that one where it's like, you know, and it's just like, oh, what, this old frock? Oh, no, that's been in the back of the wardrobe for ages. It's like, yeah, that just fell out of a designer bag from London on Wednesday. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Hayley just looked him up. You didn't, did you, Hayley? Oh, don't fall down that rabbit hole. That's a very expensive rabbit hole, as I found out. But they are gorgeous. Tell me they're not gorgeous. Go on. And they are keepsakes. You did. Oh dear. They're just sparklies. You know what it's like. A bit of bling. Teresa doesn't need any help buying bling. Unfortunately, my dad knows every single one of my expenses. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my god, don't wheel on chair. Did it tipped over, fractured? What? Oh my god, don't wheel on chair. Did that, it tipped over and fractured my ankle. Angela, that sounds awful. Was it like an office chair? Hayley, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Welcome to the world of Swarovski ornaments and Christmas baubles. Done some shopping too. Hard to resist when there's so much lovely stuff to tempt you. I know. How bad is that? I do try to show some restraint. My other half has a terrible memory, so I can easily use that I've had it this year's. Don't you remember? He had to keep asking me my due date when I was pregnant. Yeah, no, they're a bit shocking. They're a bit shocking. It would be best if I waited to buy any. I have 4 kids and 2 are under the age of 2 years old. Oh, Hayley, don't buy them. Not yet. You have to wait until they're fully grown and fully cooked before that. And anyone that's got like kittens or cats that likes to climb up your Christmas tree, then again, that's a big no-no. Huge no-no, actually. I love it when the sunlight hits the crystals and it sends rainbows everywhere. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? And my Christmas tree is out in my living room, but it's right in front of a window. So even through the daytime, when the sun comes in the winter, because the sun, when we get the sun in the winter, it sits quite low in the sky, so it just floods through the windows, and the Christmas tree is right in front of the windows. So yeah. So all day, if it's nice and sunny, I get like the reflections of the glass. But then as soon as you put the Christmas lights on, you get the same thing again. So yeah, love it. And well, it's bling. You know me and bling. I do like a little bit of sparkle. Did you replace the ornaments after the tree? Well, because they're so expensive, I've had to sort of like because it's not like I would go and buy loads of them, because you just can't afford it, because they're like, well, you'd have to go and look them up, but you'll see what I mean. They're not the sort of thing where you can buy sort of 3, 4 or 5 of them so that you can replace like what was lost. So now I'm having to buy one a year, because that was what I used to do. I used to buy 1, possibly 2, if I saw like one that I just had to have. Normally I would buy 1 or 2 a year and sort of build them up that way, because they are in my opinion, they're the sorts of things that you keep forever, and they keep for years. Well, unless of course they fall off the tree and smash. In my case, not quite what I had in my head when I bought them, just put it like that. Oh my gosh, they have a Star Wars Death Star, one for my husband he would love. See, it's not all for the girls, there's a bit of bling for the boys. MZ Diamond, hello, I've just got here. I really love this design. By the way, MZ is short for Miss Diamond. Funny, we've just been talking about sparkles. You sparkly thing, you. Welcome to the stream. Doesn't matter that you've just turned up, we're still here, aren't we, guys and gals? I do not celebrate Christmas or any other holidays, which is good because we have 4 cats. Yeah, no. Sometimes festivities and the decorations don't bode well if you've got small children or animals. In my case, husbands. Teresa, when do you put your Christmas tree up? I start in the last week of November. No, I'm normally about the first week of November, if I'm honest. Sometimes I'll put it up a little bit later, but it's definitely always before December. Always before December. Claim on the house insurance because of the sheer cost of them. No, because then husband would find out, because he would know I'd claimed, and then he'd be asking me what this claim's for and why our premium's just gone through the roof. Come on, you got to think outside the box. Hey Teresa, where did you get that bracelet ring chain you're wearing? This. Is that what you mean? They're separate. That's a ring. That's a separate ring. And that's a chain. This one I think I got off Etsy, but I've got another one that I had bought for me. But I do like them. My son and I started a tradition when he was 5, where we bought a new special ornament every year, and I plan to give them to him when he's older and he has his own home. That's a great idea. I told hubby Ken I can scale back on my stitching and start going fishing with you, and we can chat all afternoon while in the boat. Ken's reply, stop that. Devil talk. See, Brenda, you know the old adage, be careful what you wish for. That's what I always say to my husband. I'm like, you don't know how lucky you've got it. There's not very many men in the world that have their wives saying, you are going away this weekend, aren't you? You are going out this weekend, aren't you? Do you want to go to the gym? Please go out. But hey, the fact that we've both got hobbies, it makes it so that we don't ever fight, that we don't, you know, that he's doing his own thing and I'm doing my own thing. We don't ever go down that rabbit hole. Christmas tree goes up right after Halloween. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Yes, we're going to say husbands. Brush past wobbling the whole tree and everything on it. Oh, don't. I have to put my Christmas tree in a corner just so that Darren can't bash into it. Hi Norma, welcome to the stream. I'm sitting here, ooh, look at that. Yeah, you know, the garden towels ornaments are gorgeous. Oh, I made an ornament for my daughter every year. Oh, that's lovely. Hi Vicky, welcome to the stream. Small Town Stitches, hello. I'd love it if hubby found a hobby, especially if it meant he was out occasionally. Oh, mine's out all the time. And I'm fine with that. We spend enough time together. We don't need to spend any more together. Oh, I don't know if I told you. I celebrated my 20th wedding anniversary this month with hubby. And he took me out to the most amazing restaurant, of which I am rather hoping that he's taking me there for my birthday as well, with Lauren and Ben, because it's a really, really lovely fish restaurant. But it is a little pricey. But yeah, I loved the food. You know, when it's just like you go to a certain place. There's certain places you can go and you think, yeah, the food was nice. But it was just that. It was nice. But this was just like, oh. I mean, I was salivating. I wouldn't mind, but most of the time when you go to some of these more expensive restaurants, when they serve up sort of each of the courses are more like, they're like more of like a la carte. So they're like tiny, tiny little portion sizes, which really is no good for Darren, since as my husband's like a bodybuilder. So, yeah, he doesn't do small portions, because then he'd be like, I'm starving. But this when it turned up, because it was sort of like the type of restaurant that it was, that normally they would turn up in like really, really small servings. So I ordered a starter, which I don't normally do, because it's like I can't normally eat that much food, in all honesty. I'm really not very good at it. But on this one occasion, I was like, oh, I'll get a starter because it's our anniversary. Okay. When it turned up, you should have seen the size of it. I mean, Darren looked at me, I looked at him, and he was just like, you better not eat all that, baby, because you're never going to eat your main course. And I'm always like, you know, I'm one of those people, you know, like, I don't know, well, I don't know if it's used a lot, but back in the day, it always used to be in my household that if you had a starter, you didn't have room for a dessert. So you was either a starter eater, in which case you'd have a starter and a main, or you was a dessert person. So you would skip starters and you just have the main and the dessert, right? Is that just me, or is there other people like that? But because I'm normally the dessert person, because I love the sugary stuff. So normally I would pass on the starter and go straight for main course and dessert. But because this time I've gone with the starter, it was enormous. I swear to God, it came up and I was just like, how am I going to eat all that? And even he looked at me and he was like, please don't eat all that. He said, because you'll go pop. I've lost my stitchy bug last. A stitch was in April. How do I get it back? Is this normal? Yasmin, I'm sorry to hear you've lost your stitchy bug, my love. I think it's that you need to find something that you just, you know, something that you love. Something that's screaming at you to try stitching at. Maybe go, what sort of things were you stitching on? What was your go-to before it sort of up and left? Hi Rachel, good evening. Welcome to the stream. What fish dish did you have on your anniversary meal? So for starter, I had a smoked salmon and cucumber coulis type thing, I think it was, or a shredded cucumber thing on the top with a sauce. And then my main meal was the sea bass. So I had the sea bass with the marinated broccoli, tender stem, and I'm trying to think what it was served with. I can't remember what it was served with. I think it was sweet potato. But oh my God, it was amazing. And it's like the best thing that I've ever tasted. And again, it turned up and it was a huge, great plate of food. It was like going to like an American steakhouse and going crazy with the food. That was what it was like. My grandparents were celebrating 63 years next month, but Papa passed away last week. Oh, Hayley, I'm so sorry for your loss. That's such a shame, my love. My parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary this year. Oh, yeah. Only another 30 to go then for me. Happy belated anniversary. We celebrated our 50th last September in lockdown. Oh, Marion. Did you manage to do anything or not? I'm assuming that you just sort of had a nice stay-at-home anniversary meal. My husband and I celebrated 30 years this year. The thing is though, I sit there and think 20 years we've been together. But you know when you like, well, I suppose it's a bit the same as aging, isn't it? It's like I don't actually feel my age, either mentally or physically, or maybe more physically than mentally. But when I sit there and say to myself, you know, should I tell you how old I am? Let's just say I'm on the wrong side of 40, but not quite on the wrong side of 50. But I'm somewhere in the middle of there. Was that enough? Have I shared enough? But anyway, being there, it's like, it's not quite, you know, the mind is willing, but the body's not. We're not quite there yet. But I do sort of sit there and think that given my age, I still don't feel any different than what I did when I was like 30 or 35. still feel exactly the same. But I'm not. Do you know what I mean? It's really odd. Really odd. Don't even ask me why I went there. Hi James, how you doing in the Philippines? Hello, I love the way you make stitching so easy. I'm not sure I make it easy. I tend to make a complete hash of it, especially when I'm on a live stream like this. But thank you. I tend to do better when I'm actually concentrating on my stitching rather than not concentrating on my stitching. I was stitching on Zelda Mirabilia, hun. I was doing work on the project of a month and I was using a tiny decisions wheel, and from April month Zelda was up. Oh, Yasmin. Well, maybe don't keep using a wheel to decide what you want to stitch on. Maybe you need to decide what you want to stitch on. You know, what calls to you. And then as and when, you know, if you only stitch on it for an hour and it's on board of this one and you fancy stitching something else, go to something else. I think sometimes if we sit there and sort of, you know, especially if like we're working on sales or we're working on different projects and we're using something to tell us what we have to or should be stitching on, I think it adds a bit of pressure instead of sort of working through the motion and enjoying like doing what we love. I mean, one of the reasons that I thoroughly enjoy my stitching is because I get to pick what I want to stitch as and when I fancy it. So, like, say for instance, yesterday I was stitching alternative reality because I really, really wanted to stitch on alternative reality. But literally, I put about 300 stitches in her and then was like, not feeling it. No particular reason why. Just wasn't feeling it. So instead of sitting there and beating myself up for not feeling it, I was like, well, that's okay. I'll move her off and I'll put something else on. So, I mean, in the end, I thought, all right, I'll leave alternative reality where it is and leave it on the big frame. And I'll use my little Patoki stand and I'll pick up one of my smaller projects. So sometimes it's as easy as that. And also I find that if, like at the moment, there's certain projects that, although I know I should be stitching on them, I'm like, well, there is no rush for me. I'm in no rush. So it's like, if there's nothing really there that I want to stitch on, I'll rummage through the cupboards and I'll get a new start. And that inspires me. So maybe, you know, sometimes it can be as much as you just need a new start, something that's small, maybe not quite so big, so that you've actually got a chance of getting a finish, which will give you a little finished buzz back, get you in the swing of it. Yeah, just have a little try at doing something a little bit different, Yasmin. Hi Teresa, we just celebrated 33 years. Oh God, we're on the move again, people. Oh, now I've lost my place. No, I'm gonna have to just go to the bottom. I can't go back because the chat moves too fast. I'm sorry. Whatever the questions were above, cross stitch happy. Oh no, that one's gone. I can't keep up with you guys. You're all chatting away. I love it. I love it. Shall I just sit here and just read? Shall I do that? I'll just sit here and read and let you all chat because I can't keep up. I'm 70 and still feel mentally that I'm in my 20s. I remember when my mum was 35 and I felt so sad for her. She was so old. Little did I know. I know, Anne, right? That you know exactly what I mean. I mean, my mum had me when she was 30 and I used to curse my mum up hill and down dale because I was like, well, you was well old. Like, well old. And like now, and I look at how old I am now and Lauren's like, you know, coming up 22 years old, and she's like, oh no, you're not old, mum. She's like, you're just middle-aged. Thanks, I think. Not that I mind. Lauren still thinks I'm hip and she keeps trying to make me wear hip clothes. So just as an example, so you know these mum jeans are out again now because, you know, we're mums, right? So mum jeans make total sense to me. I'm like, yeah, mum jeans. But mum jeans aren't quite what mum jeans are, if you know what I mean. They call them mum jeans, but the jeans that I got from ASOS that Lauren's going, mum, they're so hip, they're so cool, they're just so you. And I was just like, really? Dear God, how many sets of rips do these jeans have in them? It's like, thank God it's not in the butt or the too close to certain areas. But these jeans are like, I don't know, the legs are flapping around in the wind. They've got rips all in them. And like, they're so high-waisted, I almost pulled them over my boobs. It was that bad. I was just like, really? This is the trend? She assures me I look great in them, though. Oh, hello. My husband's calling me. He should know better than to be calling on stream, right? I'm going to have to answer this. Husband, I cannot talk to you. I am live streaming with my friends. Why are you ringing me?
Sorry, I thought you was going to ask me if you were live streaming.
I did say I wouldn't answer you if I was live streaming, but I'm live streaming and I'm just letting all of the people know, the whole 213 people on this live stream, and you're ringing me to call me after I told you not to. I hope you're having a nice time. Can I call you later?
You can call me later.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. He said bye, everybody. I will tell him that you all said hi. He turned around and he said, you promised me you wouldn't answer or you said you wouldn't answer the phone if you were streaming. And I was like, well, yeah, but you knew that I was streaming, so why would you call me? Do you know what, Brenda? I did think about putting him on speakerphone. He did say, bye, peoples. So he must have thought he was on like full speakerphone. Oh, you heard him. Oh, you gotta love a husband. It sounds like he's had a beer, actually. Obviously, he's finished racing for the day. See, that's the thing. At least when I say, you know, I'm with the girls, you know, and I'm stitching, I am just sitting here stitching. It's all very, very, you know, very just so. Hubby goes racing and then rings me later, sort of sounding really quite half cut, going, hello, baby. This is a great day. My husband does the same thing while I'm filming tutorials. I know. And I'm like, really? Is that, if you know that I'm going to be streaming, why would you call me? Stupid man. In a nice way, of course. I would have put him on the speakerphone. I was going to, but then I was a bit worried about what he might say. So, as much as I love my husband, I'm not 100% sure that I would trust him with you guys. Because he can go a bit rogue on me when I least expect it. And I'm like, oh! Like, totally shocked. Dealing with COVID here. Thank you for giving me some entertainment and giggles. Hello to all from Ohio. Hi, Sunny. Welcome to the stream. You definitely get laughs and giggles here. We can't help ourselves. Can we? Can we help ourselves? No. You've got to have a little laugh. Always in a nice way. Totally. Our last vacation, I went on a boat with the girls and we came back with the hubby's 4 whiskies in and 2 cigars in his hands. Yeah, you know. They're terrible. Tina says, my hubby is into the RCs too. Not into racing though, just the crawling. That's what we want him. Oh, that's why you want him on the speakerphone. No, Brenda. I don't want him shocking you all. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. I love your sense of humour, Teresa. Your attitude is so addictive. Just love watching you. Are you sure that's what you're addicted to, Norma? It's just not my stupidity. Oh. Oh, Sonny, I'm so sorry that COVID is no joke. No, you're right, it isn't. But sometimes we do need to just take a moment to smile and laugh, just because, well, because we was there. We was there. We was in the lockdown, and everything was very miserable and sad. And then, yeah, I mean, we've sort of come around the other side, but I think we just need to all be a little careful. Don't all hedge our bets that it's all over just yet. I just got a needle minder that says a stitch a day keeps the crazy away. I like that one. I know, I love September on October hunting season. Oh, it's just great, isn't it? You should see some of our wedding photos. Mine was double fisting it while my dad was giving his speech. Really? He calls you and not some other chick. Well, yeah, I suppose that's one good thing. Laughter is the best medicine for sure. Totally. Couldn't agree more. Or like a box of Oh, God. Do you know what? When I get off these streams, my cheeks hurt. Do you know when you smile and you laugh so much that your cheeks actually hurt? Well, that's what it's like for me. So I get off the stream and I'm like, oh, my face hurts. I'm stitching even slower than normal because of all the laughter. This is a perfect way to spend my Sunday afternoon. Oh dear. Well, as long as you're smiling and laughing, we do what we can to impress. Tina says, I'm off now. Have to pack up some orders for my shop. Bye, Tina. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Take care, my lovely. Hopefully I'll see you on the next stream. I have a needle minder that says, I stitch so I don't kill people. Well, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I can't even remember the last time I didn't stitch. If I didn't stitch, I think I'd be a little bit on the miserable side. In fact, that's a bit of an understatement. I think I'd be a bit more than a bit miserable. I'm not quite sure my husband would like it either, because if I wasn't stitching, then I might be that woman. You know that one? The one where I'm sitting there moaning about that he's never here and, you know, he's not doing what he's expected to have done and... yeah. Bye, Karen. She's going to have the rest of her... oh, she's... oh, all of you on the Gold Coast. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye, Karen. Take care, my lovely. Thank you for coming and hanging out on the stream, sweetheart. I hope you've recovered from having the kids. Stitching understands us. It totally does. Totally does. Right, what is the time? Oh, wow. Look at the time, people. Do you know it's 8 minutes past 8 here in the UK? 8 minutes past 8. I've been streaming since 6 p.m. So I do believe that we have come to that point of the day, following all the laughter and fun we've had. I do believe that it is time for me to let my cheeks relax. I feel like I've done a face workout. Does that make sense? Oh dear. I don't think I did too bad. I got all this stitched, didn't I? Oh, I think I done quite well, all things considered. But yeah, I do think that it's time that I went and made myself some tea and had some dinner, since as it well. And I should really ring hubby back. Claire's like, no, don't go. Oh dear, great progress. It's coming along beautifully. Thank you so much. Thanks again for a lovely evening with stitching and laughing. Well, we do try. But do you know what? The laughter and all of that good stuff only comes from what I get on this chat. So if it wasn't for all you guys saying all the things and making me laugh, we wouldn't end up with the sorts of things that I talk about. So it's all with credit to all of you guys. And you're always, always so, so lovely and give me stuff to say and stuff to do. What's this? I must be their love language. It was at a Christmas party my boss had at his house for all his employees. My hubby showed up in a Santa suit. He loves to do these types of things to show. If Darren turned up in a Santa suit, I think I'd have something to say about that. Right, okay, people. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for making this a wonderful, wonderful stream as usual. And fingers crossed, the plan will be, so next week I'm going to do a live stream, but I'm going to do a live stream on, I think, the Saturday morning, because I have something on for the Sunday morning. So for those that join the streams in the mornings on the Sunday, normally it will probably be a Saturday, and then the week after it will be a Sunday evening, probably the same time as this one, about 6 o'clock. So again, thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you all carry on with all that good stitching and knitting and enabling and Flosstube watching and do all the fun stuff and enjoy it. And always remember to keep smiling, people, no matter how bad everything seems to be, because a smile a day, it keeps us healthy, that's for sure. So on that note, again, thank you all. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you all again on another stream. So yeah, and look, progress. I love it when you guys help me get my progress. So take care. Bye, guys. Thank you ever so much.